Black Ink, 125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now, Black Ink Radio.
Shout out.
And got my man Kev in there, and of course, last but not least, the lady, the queen, the glue. Who put this thing together?
Check.
Not me.
Sister Sage World 1.
Check.
Check.
Mic check.
Yeah.
Black Ink.
Check.
Yeah, y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
We good?
We live. Oh yeah.
We're just trying to get them to be.
They Gucci. Oh yeah.
I put my new man on a lease.
Oh yeah, he good.
Just keep talking. All right.
Who,
So how's the family doing today?
Everybody good.
Everybody good?
Yeah,
Everybody
been
have a
long
good day? Are y'all ready to get our first day of taping going?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Rich Bo's going to hit the music and we go, right?
No, he tested.
Oh, okay.
I sent it to you.
Okay.
But I mean, it's fine if you don't see it. But I sent it.
No, I just got it. When I looked before, it wasn't there.
What's up?
I would have did some love. Bum, 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 bum. Oh.
Now with the
I'm right with you, Kat. I'm new to this too. Hey.
That's us. Oh.
I did it.
Yo, I dedicate this song to all the people who want to know all about John's life. Let's talk about it. Right now, let's talk. Just reminiscing all the times we had when we were around. Talk about it. The thoughts were clouded. Let's talk about it. Right now, let's talk. All the time and the ways that we already see tomorrow. From all the trouble. Let's talk about it. Coming up, life was so real. Reminiscing about the past and the nigga had it fucked up. 12 years of age locked up. First bitch you were locked up.
Jaheen. He said you can't play any of it, but that's all good.
Once you play a little bit of it, it's over. And they'll try to block your
the live, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
You want
news.
to show some new stuff? It's up to you.
Yeah, they ain't ready yet. I
Alright.
got you though.
It's all good.
Yeah, man, we out here though.
All right, so we can just welcome everyone. We can go? We ain't got the
Okay.
music? You want me to spit a note or something?
Nah, we just going to go right into it.
Welcome to Sage World. I am Sage, your host. And on this show, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how excited I am to be here because I truly believe that I am in the right place at the right time. So with that being said, I would like to say thank you to Black Ink Radio for providing us with a platform.
Yes, thank
to,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Rich Mo, providing us with a platform to actually share what's near and dear to my heart. Offering some Sage Soul solutions and Sage advice to you guys, and also to all of my black and brown melanated people out there. You know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about a variety of things from our childhood, our highs and lows, relationship, love, trauma, our ancestors, police brutality, trafficking. We're going to talk about some problems versus solutions. But first of all, right now, we're going to talk about these beautiful black co-hosts I have here in the room. Starting with all day, Uncle MJ over here. Let's introduce yourself. Welcome, Uncle MJ.
Yeah. Shiny lip guy. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm Uncle MJ. That's what they just designated me. I didn't realize I'm not even related to any of these people. Okay, so I don't know where Uncle MJ came from. Anyway, no, I love them. They're family. I'm MJ. I want to rep my a little bit about myself. I'm in film and television here in Georgia. Okay. I'm in film and television in Georgia. I've been doing it for 15 years, blowing up partners with Tyler Perry, Netflix, things like that. With my family right now on this new mission. Gentlemen, are we saying the word? What are we doing? Are we cussing?
No, we're not.
Gentlemen-ish. We're doing gentlemen-ish. Okay, everyone. We're doing gentlemen-ish. Peace to the live. That's me.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool.
Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool. Oh, that's a bar right there.
Yeah.
Listen. What's up? My name is Chase, aka Chase Flow. You already know. If you don't know, turn up your radio.
Oh, bars!
Like, you know what I mean? No, but basically,
2 bars.
like I said, I'm just out here on a mission. Like I said, with my brothers and my sister, we just out here, spreading the message.
That's right.
Represent Chase What Matters Music Group. It's we out here, just doing what we doing through this music, and we gonna talk about it.
That's right. All right, let's go. Miss Cat, tell the people who you are, please.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Cat, BZ turned serial entrepreneur, but we gonna talk about it.
That's right.
What's going on is before we say the plug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I put the G in gentleman, shout out to Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? Philly philanthropist, actor, brand ambassador, your WCW, MCM. You know what I'm saying? And it's not my profession, just my confession. So let's talk about it.
Bars. I like it. Let's talk about it. And last but not least, let's get into it.
Yo, what's going on? It's Kev, man. How everybody doing out there, man? Keep it short and simple, man. I'm about everything black and everything that ain't wet. I want the best for for everybody, especially my people, man. So I truly believe there's enough food for everybody to eat. So grab a plate and let's talk about it.
Oh, nice, that part. All right. So we're gonna get into.
He said, "Grab a plate."
Grab a plate and let's talk about it.
Where is the plate? Because I'm on.
In your stomach. Let's go. So right now we're going to sponsor.
Okay, so I want to shout out to our sponsor, our first sponsor, Elite Productions LLC, showing love out here to us. They are a multimedia group that's located in Atlanta, so I want to give a shout out to them. And I want to. All right, you know with that. I like it. And let's just talk about it. Let's get into it.
All right, thanks to our sponsor for that. So this segment of the show, we are going to get into some gentleman-ish versus some gentleman shit. Use my language. We're going to get into a subject matter titled Contractual Femininity. Please, I'm going to pass the mic over to
I'm
Mr.
raising my hand.
Versus Floyd. His mind is his own adversary. We're going to let him explain what contractual femininity is.
Please tell me.
Get into it, please.
First of all, how do you spell that?
Yeah, I don't even know how to spell it. But go ahead.
To keep it short and sweet, contractual femininity is pretty much what it's, self-explanatory. Is when a woman feel like a man has to meet a certain criteria or certain levels in order for her to truly live in her essence of a feminine woman.
Okay, wait. So repeat that again. Let me make sure. Let's make sure he got that right. It's when
a woman feel like a man has to show her how masculine he truly is in order for her to show her femininity.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
I feel like that's BS.
How?
Because I feel as though a man ain't telling a woman, hey, in order for me to be masculine, you gotta show me you feminine. If you feminine,
but how you gonna be feminine if you're not masculine?
So how am I gonna be masculine if you ain't feminine?
So y'all don't need to be together. You ain't aligned. That's same social.
Next case.
You ain't aligned. So you
Stay on the
pretty
mic.
much. Pretty much.
Does that make sense?
That's the argument I'm trying to get.
But does that make sense?
Listen, on some G, I feel as though that you should be who you gonna be.
Exactly, my point.
I shouldn't have to make you a certain way.
Exactly.
I grow together. You know what I'm saying? But if you a classy woman, be classy.
Exactly, 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? And if you that bull, be that bull. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, but that's my whole point. Like me, I'm a masculine man. Whether I'm around 1,000 people or one person, that's who I am. So if you're a feminine woman, be a feminine woman at all times. Why do I have to be feminine? That's truly your nature. who you are don't dictate who I am. I'm
that's
masculine
not
all
true.
day,
That's
every
not
day.
true. That's
No
not
matter
true.
what.
Because you have certain people out there that
Listen.
actually mimic energy.
Mimic energy, my behind. Listen, I'm a masculine man, whether you a feminine woman or a masculine woman. And I'm always gonna be a masculine man.
I don't think people are multi-level. It's not that
Thank you,
simple.
Kat.
I think
People
it's
are very
simple.
complex. You're not just feminine or masculine. You are a mixture of your mother, your father,
School 'em.
your life that you've lived, and the people around you, your experiences. It's not that simple.
Yeah, I feel like it is. I mean, we all
I have a
are
question.
both. Go ahead, chick. Go ahead.
So, just let me make sure I understand. So, a woman has to be feminine because a man needs to be masculine. Is that correct? Am I understand
Pretty
that
much what
correct?
they saying.
Okay. So does that mean a woman is masculine when she not with a man? Like is she with muscles or
I feel
like
like
what is she doing?
No. I mean, we all possess the feminine and
I'm just-
masculine genes, so that.
Okay.
I mean, women has her strengths, and sometimes we may be a little masculine.
I mean, we all possess both, which is why
Right.
every man has a little bit of estrogen, every woman has a little bit of testosterone. We all produce both, but women are predominantly feminine,
Right.
men are predominantly masculine. But you have some women who aren't truly confident in their femininity, so they try to be all the way masculine and wonder why they're uncomfortable because they be something they truly are not.
Hold on. Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
I've encountered what you're saying.
Oh, 'cause
every man
I
has.
can't,
I
I
don't.
can't get it.
I don't think that. I don't think that they're afraid to be feminine. What it is we live in a society where women have to be a little more masculine to survive.
Thank you.
So they got to do what they got to do in order to sustain themselves. So what ends up happening is, you being you, she being she. If some women need a man that's a little more masculine than normal, so it's to each his own. You might be yourself. You might meet a woman that's always feminine, or like you might meet a woman that need a nigga to let her know she's safe.
I agree. No, listen,
She ain't gotta
I
be so.
I agree.
That part.
She ain't
That
gotta
part.
be so. You know what I'm saying?
And that's attractive.
But see, I feel
That's
as though-
attractive.
I mean,
that's what a lot of women look for.
But I agree with that. But my point is, I'm not arguing that. My point is, I feel as though a lot of people have femininity misconstrued. They see, I think a lot of people feel femininity as a weakness, or like, well, I'm gonna be walked over. I'm feminine. You can be feminine and still be about your ish. You can be feminine and still be a boss.
Well, that's to an
and be
extent.
strong.
I think Richmo just explained it well. In this society, we have to. You know how hard it is to get respect when you really tap 100% into your femininity, and they think you speak soft and business. You got to get a little bit aggressive
you
just to
got
prove
assertive
that.
and, yeah.
You know what I mean? You mean business.
I mean,
all the time, women don't want to be that way. We want to be in our femininity.
Right.
I'm just saying, I feel as though you can be feminine and still show you need business.
Honestly, I mean, if I'm taking my car to get fixed, I may take a man with me because I know this man does not respect my position as a woman at a mechanic shop.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
But when I came home and I made dinner tonight, I was 110%.
I mean, everything is situational.
Before I got on this live, you heard him telling me, babe, it might need a little more cheese. Go ahead.
I mean, everything is situational, of course, but I mean from a relationship standpoint. They always tell a woman, why you need to be careful how you do things. Why would a man, buy the coffee, get the milk for free? My point is, you gotta be fair. If I'm not asking you to show your femininity for me to be masculine, why do I have to do the opposite? Why do I have to show I'm masculine for you to be feminine?
I don't know. You should have asked whoever gave you that.
I don't think that's a lot of women nowadays. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. Like I said, they'll tell a woman, be careful how much you put out, because why would a man buy a coffee for free? But they'll tell a man, put out everything so you can get this said car.
But that's true. But that's just like the conversation we had last night.
Right. Okay.
On putting your cards on the table when you get in the situation in the beginning to see how much you guys relate in a relationship before you take it to the next step.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Listen,
what I've encountered is women have told me, you remember me? I'm crazy, sweet lips. Uncle MJ. Okay, I just want to make sure that's clear on this slide.
This nigga went full LL just now.
Listen, they got me in a fucking Scully right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a Scully. I gotta be sweet. Okay. All right. Well, no. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
Not that one.
I want to just say this to Kev. Women say, well, listen, I like when you're a man because it makes me soft. It makes me feel like I'm safe. It makes me feel like I'm, a woman in her, I want to feel like that. You know what I mean? Now, what I don't understand, the point is, what happens before that? Can anybody answer that? Are they just strictly all masculine, that's what are they feminine all the time?
They'll be feminine in their home. They'll be feminine when they're alone. I think but when you encounter them,
and then I think that and Kat can tell me if I'm wrong. I truly think you're right. We look for that extra masculine energy, especially for what he said, that protection. Yeah, he got it all close.
Wait, can we talk about something real quick? He said when you encountered them.
That's what I was going to answer. I was going to answer from my point, my experience.
When you encountered them,
right.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Hold on, that was me. What I was saying was basically he's saying what happens before you actually make the woman feel soft, right. And then you you make her feel safe, so now she can be soft. I say they're feminine when they're home, they're feminine when they're alone. When they come outside, and like I said, they have to be a little more masculine to survive. When you encounter them, they're in masculine mode because she might be working.
Wait, what I miss?
Say that again.
I know, I missed it too. Wait, we run that back. Run it all the way back. I just caught the keyword.
I heard. Talking about it. Let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
Imagine if you were carrying around pussy all day long.
I agree.
Oh, I'm
you
not.
You got 200-pound men. You probably 5'2", and all these men look at you and see it's pussy. How would you feel?
That's what the book is about.
Listen, and I definitely agree with you. What I'm trying to say is, he asked me what happened before that. I'm trying to tell him, y'all in defense mode until a nigga make you feel safe, feel comfortable. So until then, they gotta protect themselves. I mean, you got niggas out here taking it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We learned that when he kept saying consent last night.
This nigga said I carry around dick all day. Hold on.
You're the only one. Hey, listen, it's hard for.
Ain't nobody taking that.
It's hard for.
Ain't nobody taking that.
You got women who try.
You'd be surprised.
It's a two-way street.
Hold on. Who said that? Was that Reef? Reef said that.
Of course.
Reef, what you say, Reef?
No, we don't want him to repeat it. Thank you. We heard it. We heard it. My ears are already.
Talk about.
Listen, though, I really truly feel as though people need to really get to know who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? Even the difference between, even myself, I learned about the difference between. Because I know sometimes I could be G with it, and then I'll be chill, then I'll be funny, then I'm a real versatile, well-rounded person. You know what I'm saying? So I learned about the difference between Sigma and Alpha. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, Sigmas is a type of person that is kind of similar to the Alpha, but they just don't have the ego trip, and they don't have that have to be the it factor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and because I know a lot of women who go for the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? But it's really not about going for the bad boy. You want somebody with a little spice to them, but they think that the thug dude and this person is the one that you bring home to mom and dad. No, you gotta have that balance. You gotta have that dude that you can bring home to mom. In the streets, he LeBron. You know what I'm saying? In the bed, he the bomb. You know what I mean? So you gotta have that person.
Bars.
Right? You gotta understand that you stop being tough. Be strong. Don't be tough.
I think there's somewhat some truth to that, however, but I truly believe that women, I don't know if they're searching for the bad boy. I think a lot of that stems from trauma. They're looking for protection. Right. I mean, I think Rich Mo
it'd be the bad boy, it'd be the punks.
It'd be the protection.
That's similar.
A lot of the ones who pretend to be bad boys don't really be tough.
Well, we're not talking about pretending.
And most of them are pretending. That's the whole point. But like Reese said, don't be tough. Like Reese said, don't be tough. Be strong. I agree with Richmond when he said, "Woman looking for protection, masculine man." I agree with that 1,000%, and I agree with Kat when she said, "Walk around with pussy all day." My point is you gotta know how to differentiate. You're with this man. You're dating him. Y'all getting to know each other. This not a man that was on the street looking at you as just coochie. Y'all trying to see where things are going. So what MJ said, what are you being like until you release that said femininity? And I feel like they're being both. They're showing you a little bit of femininity. But then they get uncomfortable and just start showing you some masculinity. They being back and forth with you until they truly feel comfortable to release all of them their femininity is.
I mean, all women are not the same, but I don't think that. I think that the confusion come in because most of the time Women are in their natural essence and their femininity. However, I think when our masculinity is shown is when we feel like we're frustrated and you're not showing your feminine side. You're still stuck in masculine mode. And we're frustrated, like, you don't hear, you don't understand. And we start switching sides and all this come out and we lose our femininity. And you just sitting there still like you know what I mean? So I don't think that at all. I think y'all don't know how sometimes to switch into y'all feminine mode.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because I agree. But what the hell is a man feminine side that's appropriate where people are not looking at him sideways like he Rudy Fresh and Fruity?
A lot of times I guess people look at it
like what the hell?
Hold on.
That's that's the norm. Like that's not. No woman or man is going to look at you crazy for being compassionate or considerate or courteous to any woman.
Yeah. That's it right there.
And that's what feminine is to a woman, based on what a man is.
Feminine.
We don't want y'all to carry our pocketbooks. We just want
Exactly. So here's the thing.
So being kind is considered being kind.
We're going to sum it up.
Okay.
Because actually this segment of the show is we're getting into some gentleman-ish versus gentleman shit. The terminology gentleman, the word gentle. What makes you a gentleman?
Right.
To be gentle towards who? Not another man, but a woman. To get into your feminine side.
That's supposed to happen in the bedroom. Ain't nobody else supposed to know.
So
or in the house.
The gentleman part, that's your femininity.
So it's being kind, basically.
Yeah,
being a kind person.
Meaning being gentle because we are
kind,
gentle
understanding.
Exactly.
Okay.
Soft.
I'm trying to understand what the feminine.
It's all perspective too. Like,
right.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? It's
Look,
all
things to get the pussy for 200.
on our next segment.
Facts.
On my next segment.
Ding 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 ding.
Absolutely.
All right.
Be feminine to get it, just be masculine.
You know what that is? That's times like where she want to argue, and instead of you arguing with her, you be like, "Look, babe, I understand." You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Just be understanding.
Oh, what I do, I just give him a hug.
Yeah, one of those things. Like, see, you can't just keep going back and forth with them. Even one nigga taught me this, and he the smartest nigga in the world. He said, "You want to make a woman happy, you remember these words. You right."
Oh, that's not true.
You right,
I
babe.
ain't saying that she ain't right. I'm
Get
not
out of
doing
here.
it.
You right.
If she ain't right, I ain't saying that. Just to save face, I ain't
That's
doing
just
it.
taking
You a
the
smart
house.
man, you don't like to argue.
Happy wife, happy
happy
life.
life.
Nigga.
Happy
You
spouse,
are right.
happy house, goddamn.
Bro,
You are right.
if she
Happy
not
spouse,
right,
happy house,
she
I
not
gotta be
right.
happy too.
My nigga, with women.
if she not right, she back in the street.
With women, if she right, she right. If she not right, she right.
I
If
ain't
you
going
wrong,
for that.
she right. You can't.
I ain't going
Listen,
for
if
that.
she
That's
not
big.
right, she in the street where she belongs.
There's a time and a place to
Okay.
teach a woman when she's wrong, but sometimes in the heat of it,
But
it
how
ain't.
you do it matters.
Right.
But
That's
how
what I'm
you,
saying.
that's the part of that
It's a
gentleman
time and a
shit.
place to teach her
No,
that she's wrong.
listen, I agree, not going back to bag and fighting all that. I 1,000% agree, but I disagree with you saying she right, she
I
right,
agree,
she right.
because I don't argue
Yeah,
either.
Listen.
That's not happening.
You're not right.
I'm just talking about knowing when to back down.
In the heat of
I'm
the
not
moment.
gonna, nigga.
That's a smart
Listen.
man.
I ain't no
Listen to
sucker.
him.
I'm not gonna be in my
Listen to
crib
him.
letting her run all over me.
That's a smart
That
man.
ain't happening.
Well, I just need you to
But-
clarify, because I ain't
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
mean,
That's wrong.
I was just saying when to be feminine,
Almost
when to know
definitely.
when to know when to do that.
And that's not even being feminine.
not.
No, that's just being
It's
intelligent.
more so just right. It's being
Yeah.
intelligent and more
It's
so
being
like
a gentleman.
alleviating
But
stress.
Listen,
'cause
she
you
gotta be a
already
gentle
know.
woman. She gotta know to do that too.
It's like it's already like if you already know, like, all right, if your woman, whoever's combative, and they just going, you just not going to win in an argument like that with a woman. So the best thing, all right, yo, you know what? To diffuse the situation, you got it.
So
This
who
the
has
but
what?
at the end of the day, when it's appropriate, come back at it. And, all right, you look for real, boom, 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 boom. This is what it is, and this is like
Or
set
she
them
crossing that
boundaries.
line, you check
Who
her
can
ass.
actually
Right.
explain to
That's
how
it. Yeah, check
who
it.
can actually give a situation
Like, you fight fire
in a
with fire.
relationship whereas though you just enter this relationship, so everything is gravy, right? Before you get to that first outburst and you think you realize that she's a sociopath and she explodes. Who can explain that situation and walk us through that? What happened to make somebody go off the
Go
deep
0
end?
to 100.
Well,
Do
it
you think
depends.
that the anger is justified?
No, listen. It
Or the
depends.
temperament is
It depends
justified?
on the person. Everybody snap differently. I think that depends on the person.
You have a story? Do you have a story? No, I don't
I
want to from
think-
young ones. You're still young. Let's tie to the old head.
Help me
I
again.
mean,
Let Cool go first.
This is the whole thing, right? When you meet somebody, you just never know what you're getting into.
Right.
That's
So you gotta wait till you get into situations to understand who you with and how to deal with it. So what I would say is, like, for instance, I was with somebody and it's like we're in the restaurant and she didn't like how somebody did something, so she started, going a little crazy, like, "Yo, that's fucked up. Did you see what she just did?" Making a little scene. Okay. Now me, I'm not a make a scene type of nigga. Right. So my thing is, you let her walk by already. Why are you still talking about it? So just chill out. Her thing was, when we in public, you have my back, no matter what. Right. And what I can understand is, yeah, I have your back, but when we get outside, I'm gonna let you know your ass was wrong.
Right. So can I say
but
something?
I'm not going, huh?
I respect that.
Yeah, but the point that I'm making is I didn't know that the first time.
Right.
So the first time I'm in front of people like, "Yo, chill, you wildin', you being a little extra," and it's like, "Whoa, you're not on my side."
Exactly.
Like she didn't feel safe anymore with me until I showed her that I do have your back, and sometimes you gotta let people know I got your back.
Right.
But yeah, but I'm you know what I'm saying?
I want to ask a question.
Listen, if my husband did that to me, I would be pissed.
This is what I'm saying. But I didn't know that until in the situation.
Did what though? Did what? To say what you said. Hold up, Kev. I got you, Kev. Hold on one second though. I want to make sure I'm clear. So, Kat, are you saying if your husband did what Richmo did?
Yeah,
checked her?
Like you saying why you loud?
Hold on.
I'm saying, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kat.
You talk.
No, I was saying if I had an issue and I'm telling my husband and my husband is in front of people like, "Yo, you wildin'?" Oh, no.
Exactly.
Nah, we not doing that. We came in here together, nigga. We gonna leave together.
Okay.
I don't care what happens if that my husband does. Right. Me and him walking out this bitch together. I don't care what he did. If he shot this bitch up, guess what? We gonna be outside, pulling off together. Out. Period.
Period. Well, that's a husband. That's a
I ride with you. That's what we doing.
What she's saying is you check her later, not in front of her.
Yeah. But the point that I was making was, you wouldn't know to do that to the person until you get. Right. That's what she was asking. Right. When is the situation where it happened to you and it was the first time and you realized, wait, I had to realize then this relationship gonna be a little different. This how she like it. So it's up to me to say I don't want to deal with that, or okay, moving forward, I know not to do that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because I'm right after we left. Well, that's a husband-wife situation. That's different. A husband-wife situation. If that's a date, you know what I'm saying, where I'm first or second date, and this chick wild out. I just want to make sure I'm clear on this, everybody in La La Land. If this is a date and you wild out, when we leave, catch a fucking Uber, because I'm going. I'm out of here. I don't have time to be going through that with you for the rest of my life.
You say that shit now, but if you like her,
I've done it.
I want to ask Richmo a question about
say whatever she said.
I want to ask Richmo a question about that same scenario. So I get if it's a wife and husband, that's a little different. Everything is situational. Right. My question is this: you gotta have my back at all times. I agree. My thing, and I always tell a female I date, don't ever put me in a situation where I gotta get out of character. Right. You gotta have my back, but not put me in a situation where I gotta lose my damn mind. So my point is, my point is, how much did that waitress violate? If it was so bad to the point where you gotta snap, you're right, we snapping together. Yeah. But women are petty. It was as simple as a look, or no, women petty. If it says as simple as a look, or something crazy, like that's not worth you embarrassing me and now put me to where I gotta look like a damn fool too because I'm snapping with you. Now we both going to jail. That's not cool.
But listen,
protect me by me protecting you.
That's the difference. Listen, that's the point. The point that I'm making is that's when you find out if you want to be with this person.
You gotta left her.
See, some people.
I found out the minute she did it.
Some people like this young lady that's on the phone, and the young lady I dated. They want queen and slim relationships. They ready to die.
I want that too, but it gotta make sense. I want that too, but it gotta make sense.
I'm just playing, but look, but the point that I'm making is. You would be able to, at that point, tell her, listen, I don't like public shit. Right. So if you do have an issue with somebody, talk to me about it first because I don't like that. So that's when the compromise come in. Right. She got to understand that she might have to tone it down some, and you might understand you might have to turn it up a little bit. Y'all gonna meet in the middle. All right, look, if you mad, make sure that it's something real to be mad about. Let her know that. Right. No petty shit. No, I got you.
What
Shorty did was petty. You ain't got to get mad at that. But you know what I'm saying?
That comes back to, I forget who said it, but that come back to, like, knowing who you are before you go into something. I tell you female I deal with, I know I ain't got it all. I'm a few screws loose. So I tell you female, don't ever put me in a situation where I gotta lose my mind, because it ain't gonna be good for nobody. I want every female from the first stage of us talking. So if I already warned you, then you did that, I'ma snap and I'ma stop messing with you because you didn't respect me or protect me. Especially as a black man, you put me in a situation to lose my character. You didn't respect me enough or protect me.
Well,
like I said, it
I think
depends.
we can all put it out there that snapping for nothing is pay.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah, that's an Uber ride home.
But if you're leaving already, though, after defending her, you snap for nothing.
But no, I didn't see like in that situation. I didn't see similar situations like what Rich Mo said. I didn't see that personally. Where a woman was snapped because the way she thought she looked at her funny.
Yeah, but that's
like
men
that's
do the
petty.
Same thing, though.
That's,
men do the same
listen,
exact
to say,
thing.
we don't see to say something
Men
and to
do
snap
the
crazy.
same thing.
That's petty, especially in public.
That's, honestly, somebody looking at you funny. That's
But women do that, and that's petty. You see this bitch? Look, she looking at me.
No,
just like
men
you
do
snapping
it.
crazy over something silly. We in a public spot. Like, that's petty.
But that's the two different types of people. I'm telling you.
I'm not rocking with that.
I'm not. I'm not gonna try to be that type of person.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
You feel me? That's you young. You want to wild out. You go
Right.
do that. You feel me? So I would just know from that first day. Okay.
So
we
MJ,
good.
are you calling her the Uber?
Well,
I
this
would've
is
called that
how I
out.
feel.
She
So
caught their own Uber.
I would right. Well, no, absolutely
Wait,
not.
wait,
And
wait.
I hope she got a cash app or she got the thumb because I'm not going home with this woman again. I don't want to deal with her no more.
She paying for her half.
Are
I'm
you
paying
kidding
for
me?
my half. I'm out.
I mean, I have standards of my own.
Y'all
You know what I'm
niggas is
saying?
petty.
Listen,
I'm
I'm
not
paying for
petty.
Wait. He
I'm
just
not
said
petty.
that
I don't
women
care.
pay.
Listen,
But
that
women
is.
pay.
Hold up,
That's
no,
a great
no.
reason to be
I'm
petty.
being
I'm paying for
serious,
my
though.
half, and I'm leaving.
Nah,
I can't look at
listen.
them
If
like
this
wash the
let
dishes.
hear me out though. Hear me out.
That's all good.
If this
I don't
person put me in a compromising, hear me out. If somebody put me in a, go ahead. I'm gonna let Kat talk. Go ahead, Kat.
I said 9 times out of 10 she might be paying.
I ain't never met a woman who paid for a first date.
I did.
I did.
I met one. That's a lie. I met only
I
one.
did.
I only met one who
I did.
paid for a first date.
I don't want to talk about it.
I said I met one. I met one. That ain't common.
I don't want to talk about it.
That ain't common.
You do that? Hey, listen.
What I'm saying is, hear me out though, Kat.
I'm sorry. I
No,
don't know
hear
what's
me
going on
out.
with y'all, but
Listen, if a woman put
y'all might
me
have
in
to
a,
up them standards.
I know
listen,
that's right.
if a woman put me in a compromising position,
If you don't know a woman that would pay for a first date, you have
Yeah,
low
I agree.
standards.
I
It ain't
agree.
low standards.
I
It's a lot
agree.
of
Can we
men
clap
doing
for that,
that.
Rich Mo?
Cat.
Rich Mo, can we please
been a
clap
lot
for
of
that?
men
Can we
doing
just,
that.
if you don't have a woman in your life that would treat you on the first date, y'all need to up y'all standards. I agree.
wow.
Where
are they?
First of all, hold on.
Can somebody
hold
tell
on.
us?
No,
Rich
time
Mo,
out.
where are they?
No, time out. If we
Where
call this
are
show,
they?
we call this show gentlemen. Is it not gentlemanly to pay for the first date?
It is.
So it's very to have
It
a
is.
woman in your life
But
will
put
pay
that
for a
on
date.
hold.
A woman will pay for a date after she love you, like you, y'all been together.
That's not true.
But for the first
That's
date
not
you
true.
just met, y'all talk, you
That's
take her
not
out.
true.
She
That's
ain't
not
paying
true.
for
Rich
that
Mo,
date.
can you please explain your experience? He said he
Oh,
had
please,
one.
can I sit back a little bit
I
cool?
said I
Because I want to
experienced
see
one.
this.
I experienced
Please,
one. I experienced
explain to
multiple.
me.
Rich Mo, you can't count 5 women that pay for the first date. I guarantee you.
And your and,
You
your
can't.
whole repertoire of your life.
Look,
Probably one. You can't be five.
I do have one. I don't
Exactly.
have 5.
Exactly.
Okay.
No
But then
man
I
got
have to
5.
also say that you
What
know.
about you, Cole?
I feel like women, look at niggas like niggas is supposed to be
I got-
providers.
exactly,
so
I agree. I'm
I
not
don't
mad at
see-
that.
I
I'm
don't,
just saying don't
I
happen.
don't know. I just never put nobody in a position
got
to
one.
pay. One girl forced it. That was
I
it.
got
You know
one.
what I'm saying?
Right.
If you
Can I
tell-
ask you a
listen,
question, Rich Mo?
Yeah.
What did she? What was the date? Just out of curiosity, what she
It
paid
wasn't
for?
expensive. I'll tell you that.
What
much.
was it? What was it?
Probably Popeyes.
Well, the thing was, I took her somewhere and then she wanted to pay for it. So she didn't even know where we was going to even know where she was going to pay.
And that's thorough.
But we just had a little conversation about men and women, like how we doing. And then she
And that's
just
thorough.
took it upon herself to want to
Now I will say this, Kat. What has happened is I have taken women out on a date, and we have went to a secondary place after the initial date, and then they would,
Yeah, that's
decent.
initiate
That's decent.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But they ain't doing it
hey,
first.
yeah, they'd be like, hey, I get the
They ain't doing it
hookah
first.
or I get the drinks or
Right.
whatever.
But
But
we live in a society
Well,
where women are taught that
Right.
they supposed to get the bag from niggas.
Right.
No,
Right.
that's
So
true.
it's hard
We
to.
live in a society where we live in a society
It's
now where
hard.
tell females on the first date, nigga gotta pay for your new dress, your hair, and everything on the first
They
date.
get
This is
flued out,
crazy.
all of that, man.
It's crazy.
Society nowadays, just
Y'all
like from.
gotta add Reef back. I don't know how, but he trying to get back, y'all.
Oh, damn,
yeah,
add him
get
back
Reef
on.
back.
Yeah, but
I was
definitely-
wondering what happened to Reef. I need you, Reef.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Got it first.
I need Reef.
Listen, I tell any man, any female you talking to, and you take on the first date, Ask her to pay for that day. I guarantee you ain't getting the second one.
Okay, so
you ain't getting the second one.
I need to ask Sage something though. Sage,
not.
Is that something that happens out here that you know? Like your friends pay for guys' first dates? Let's be real. Let's talk about it. Let's be real. Your friends, and you have a lot of female friends, Sage. Do y'all discuss? We don't have a problem with paying for a men's date from the gate. Is that something that's discussed? Yes, absolutely. But that's what we're supposed to do.
Back up. I ain't got a lot of female friends. It's like, no. What? No, I know a lot of people, but I mean, my two best friends, I put it like this. One will and one probably won't. But the other one, no, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But the one that will, the one that won't, she will if she know your situation.
Right.
So you got to realize that we live in a society really that is like keep tradition alive. And tradition is, the men do the courting. The men do all of the providing. So, subconsciously to a woman, we learn how to manipulate from our dads. From eliminating
Is that right?
Yeah, dad do it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. We know how to analyze and get what we want from you first and foremost. So when we take that into the relationship, where we like,
I agree with that.
I know how to do it. I know how to get it.
Because my daughter's in my pockets on the right.
If my dad was like, that nigga might give you a fucking headache. Pay that bill, get the fuck up out of here.
That's true too.
Wow, Kat.
No, that's
You're amazing. You're amazing. Your husband is so lucky. Good God. This is what Kat is doing. She is ride or die. She's shooting on site.
Exactly.
She is paying for the first date. She the every woman.
She the goat.
Flipping in the restaurant.
Right. Flipping in the
restaurant.
Like, wow.
Listen, she the goat.
That's that Philly in her. That's that Philly in her, Kat.
She hiding the body. She doing the bed with you.
That's that city of sisterly love.
Listen, I'm telling you, a lot of expectations come with that first date. So what if I'm not feeling you and you done bought me, I don't know.
I agree. But that happened a lot.
And it's $150. Now I got to do. No, I'm going to pay for my meal and I'm going to keep it.
But listen,
so we talking about going Dutch? Or you talking about paying for the whole date?
No, I'm paying for the whole bill because 9 times I'm eating where I wanted to eat, not where you wanted to eat.
Wow.
Most women don't think that way, though. Most women, you got a lot of women who will come on a date with a nigga
just for most women because you haven't experienced
a lot of women will do it just for a free meal. They will go on a date just for a free meal, knowing they don't find a nigga attractive or nothing. A lot of women do.
Yo, you'd be surprised.
You from a different generation.
Wait, pause.
You're from a different generation.
Pause.
That's true.
I'm trying to tell you.
Wait.
Hubba.
Who is going on a date to eat?
I'm telling you, from a different generation.
Going on a date
I got you.
Just to
It was
eat?
on the news.
Go ahead, Reed. Let her know.
1 out of 6 women
Go ahead, Reed.
are just going on a date for a free meal.
Exactly. I'm trying to tell you, this is a different generation.
This ties into why we need to be creating avenues to actually grow economically.
But what I'm trying to
the ghetto is
But no, here's the point though.
But there's no way in the world.
But here's the point though.
Sage, that's true.
Here's the point. They're not going on a date because they can't afford a meal themselves. They just don't want to spend their money. They want to spend the niggas' money because this culture
and they got all these niggas on their line.
Exactly.
You might as well get you some free food.
So you have a chick who will
because the
do
niggas
that.
is on their line
And
they
she'll have her
DMs.
own money. She doesn't want to spend it.
I'm not going for no free food.
I had a woman.
Listen, Cool is talking.
I had
Cool
a
is
woman
talking
that
for the
came
first
to me and
time.
told me and said, "I will go out. I'll have."
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Reed.
Set the precedence.
Wait, I know, right? Wait a minute, hold on, Reed. Let Chase, go ahead. Say that real quick. I want to hear that.
Nah, I had a woman that hit me up and was saying, "I will go out. We can hang out, but you're on your dime." And like I said, she has a good job. She has, but it was just that mindset.
I don't like when people talk like that.
Yeah, like when they talk like that, that's automatically a red flag. Like, all right, I'm good. But it's just like that mentality though, and a lot of
you
women
get
like
us, you're talking about. I got that.
Right, and it's like
no limit.
And then it's like, but then they'll turn around and get mad though, like when a dude expects some pussy. Like it's true. Yeah, right. They'll get mad about that.
Yeah,
don't
bring up money. I got you, but you ain't
so it's like,
putting out. Don't bring up money. Just wait to see what I do. Don't tell me.
Let's talk about that. How do you feel about that?
Feel about what?
Hold on. I think the IG family got questions. What y'all doing?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
What happened?
What you said? You got a question for who?
Oh, I was saying I have a question for the gentleman.
Okay.
So I know you guys say that women will go for a free meal, but I had a guy approach me one day at my doctor's office And he was like, well, what's up? Where are we going to lunch? And I was like, well, hello, first of all.
Nice
and he was like, nah, for real, where are you taking me?
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, he like, well, I mean,
no, let him finish.
But we got to talk about these new niggas, and these new niggas is different.
They are. They are. I ain't disagreeing, but I don't know what angle he came from, because I don't know if he came from a joking trying to break the ice angle.
How do y'all feel about that? Because I've heard that way too many times where niggas be like, you gonna buy me a drink? Well, because I don't, if you ask me, I'm not buying you shit, but...
No, I'm saying, I will, but it's just funny to hear it.
I mean, that nigga probably listen. I'm tired of these females getting me for my bread, so I'm getting the female for her bread. He probably trying to get payback.
And he wasn't young. He probably was maybe, I would give him at least 40 to 45. Like, he wasn't no young guy. He was,
okay.
You know,
okay.
So
that's what I'm saying. He probably trying to get payback.
So is it the same rules for when you're married? If your husband said, go ahead, babe, and pay for that meal, go ahead, buy me a drink, then go ahead, babe.
That's a
it's
great
all
question.
good? Is the rules the same? Because how many women or how many men
expect
that from that
Cat, this is what it is. Cat, this is what it is, right? Because I know a lot of dudes, you know what I mean, in the industry, in the streets, politics, all that, you know, I know a lot of dudes, right? And when a dude is coming from the hip like that, it's because he's trying to push off his masculine energy. He's trying to say like he got game, like basically, like
right.
Cat is a good cat. She that chick, right? So I know I can't come at her like I'm on her top. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of like.
Yeah, but I can't.
I'm saying, you look at a woman like, all right, you know what I mean? So he probably comes from the river. He already peeped you, like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he wasn't a gay gynecologist, but I mean.
Gay gynecologist? Is that what you said?
I mean, you met you at the doctor.
You ain't say that?
Yo,
you crazy.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like,
the doctors.
They just be spitting game because they don't want to seem like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When she first said it, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe that was game. Because I'll step to a chick. I ain't gonna lie. Like if I see a chick walking by, like he said, you can't approach everybody the same. You see a bad bitch that you know a lot of niggas approach, it's all gonna sound the same. So I switch my shit up. See me, I see a chick walking, she got something to drink. I be like, yo, can I get a sip? I got my own straw. You feel what I'm saying?
Like that's game though. That's how
just something to crack the ice. You know what I mean?
That's the COVID. That's the COVID one.
And that's what I asked.
But he's safe even with the straw. I got my own straw.
I got my own straw. But so I could see myself stepping to a chick saying, yo, you know, where you taking me out to eat? Just playing. I would never let her pay.
Exactly.
But I would play like that. I ain't gonna lie, I would. That's
I got a personal story like that. But no, I got a personal story like that. No, I got a personal story like that. Go ahead. Where the same scenario. Like I said, I don't know if he was playing or not, but like I seen a chick one time. She was getting some food. So I stepped to her. I'm like, well, damn, what am I for? You ain't get me no food? She said, oh, you hungry? I can get some food right now. And she paid for me to get some food. Yeah. We hit it off like that. So you never know. Like, that's game. Like, you never know how a man going to approach. Like, I literally said, where my food at? Oh, I got you, baby. She bought me something. And after we jumped up from there. So, like, I don't know how he approach you.
But in our society, you be considered a broke nigga. Like, you asked her for food and she bought it. Right. That's how our society do us.
Really?
Society,
nobody cares, though.
Like, I don't see it that way because I have ran into the same thing and I have bought the food. It's food. It's food.
That's you. You different.
Right,
you're not. Listen, and I'm not trying to be funny. You're not. This is not your generation.
Exactly.
Right. This generation is different. It ain't mine either.
Are you spilling our age on?
No, I don't give a fuck. I'll tell people my age. I'm OG. This ain't my generation. I'm not a millennial.
I'm not either.
I'm not a millennial. I'm not Generation X. I'm not none of that shit.
I'm with you. We're here and we're here.
So check it, right? So I'm kind of like in between. I'm like late 20s, early 30s, like, you know what I mean? But let me ask y'all this, though. How do y'all feel about, because I never use this, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm complimenting, like, oh, nice shirt, like, or whatever, you smell good today, or something. I'm coming up, like, from that angle, right?
Oh, you that close to somebody, huh?
How do y'all feel about dudes saying, hey, beautiful, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, cutie. Like, do y'all like that?
That's corny. I don't like that.
Or it depends on the guy that's saying it.
Can I say something?
I don't know. Well, I think it's different type of women like different things. I don't like any of that, honestly. I like chilled and laid back and relaxed. I don't like real loud, flamboisterous type of dudes. I like masculinity to the whole never level. So at the end of the day, I don't like any of that. No. But some women I think like it, and I think those women that like it are the women.
I mean, and plus, homie, you like You light skinned, homie, so you might be able to get away with that. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
But no, I think that the women that actually like that. No, I think the women that like that are attention seekers.
Listen,
People that actually want to.
You heard what the girl just called it. She said she hate aggressive compliments. So coming from a certain looking type of person, it might come across as too much. But coming from, you know, a light skinned nigga or fairly brown, what's wrong with y'all? I'm just saying.
But no, it's all based off the woman. Because if a woman's attracted to you, 9 out of 10, she'll care what you say. She finds you fine, she'll let it slide.
That is true.
An ugly nigga and a fine nigga say the same thing. And because he ugly, he's the scum on the earth.
No, it don't have to be ugly because you have some people that is not so attractive, but their aura is the bomb.
But I'm just saying, in the sense of.
Hold on, she read a comment.
Let's check out a comment. Cat got a comment. Go ahead.
All right, y'all. So Siobhan says, I hate for guys that I just met to call me sexy. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I'd rather
that's
be
weird.
pretty or something like that.
Yeah, because sexy is
that's too aggressive.
You're kind of saying you're looking at me sexually already.
Yeah, like you already imagine sleeping with me. That's too aggressive.
Well, I take that as a.
That's too aggressive.
I take that as you telling me already what you're interested in.
Right, as I said, it's too aggressive. You gonna lose it.
Exactly.
If a nigga say sexy, you know what he wants.
Exactly.
Hey, Cat or Reef, do we have any more?
It all depends because some people, some female breed sexy. Their aura is sexy.
But you still can't tell them that. That's like a woman would dress. On the first date, she would dress sexy to attract you, but you can't tell her she looks sexy. You gotta say she looks beautiful. Because even though she dressed sexy, because she wants you to feel her sex, you can't tell her that's
I'm not even talking about dressing sexy. You have some women that they natural aura, no matter what they have on.
Right, but you still can't tell them that. Not off the rip. You can't tell them that. Like, Cat's married. All the freaking things.
So why is it different from when women say, hey, sexy, you look sexy?
So, Reef, here you go, Reef. Here's an answer. So, it seems like the women don't like it. Some do, some don't. It would be who you approaching. I'm sure some thought women or some hood rat women probably find that real dope. They'll be like, oh, okay, with the purple hair or whatever they got. Anyway, the point is
MJ really Uncle MJ.
Damn,
I'm saying
they got purple hair.
Right. Shout out to
listen,
the purple hair.
No offense to the purple hair.
No offense to the
shout out to the colorful.
Whatever. Cat said the back of her head purple right now.
Her whole head not purple. Her whole head not purple, is it?
Cat said the back of her head purple right now.
I didn't say the edges. I didn't say the edges.
Cat already bagged, so she can have purple hair.
I didn't say the edges. I said the whole head. But anyway, that's your.
He called you a thought, yo.
Is that your back?
Listen, you got purple hair, you're a thought.
Yo, you said you're a thought, yo.
If you got colorful hair, you for the street.
Hey, yo.
You belong to the streets. Your hair multicolored. I'm just saying.
Belong to the
I'm just saying.
So basically,
I'm just saying.
So basically, if you out here looking like 6'9", you for the street.
You for the streets. All right. And you got a tattoo on your nose. Okay. Your tattoo on the top of your nose. You're for the streets.
Okay, so
I just want to say these views are only MJ's, not mine. Thank you very much.
Not mine either.
Okay, so listen, I'm older, so that's how I feel about it. I didn't grow up with people like that. That's not. But the answer is, just be you and say hi. How you doing? Nice to meet you. My name is so and so. That's the easiest shit you can do without offending someone, without looking at them sexually, without looking thirsty. Just say, hello, how are you today? I'm MJ. You're so and so. Night, you know,
so
boom, boom, boom.
That's a great question. That's a great question right there, though.
It's super simple.
Let's go back with some.
Okay.
And I agree. No, I'm gonna agree. That's the however, let's get some sage soul advice.
Sage soul advice.
So I get what you're saying. They're from the streets, Lord. We not all saying that. However, that's
MJ personal
view.
viewing.
Behind that we are. We need to be
There's
courting.
Plenty from the streets.
Who?
Not you.
Oh,
but I'm saying there's plenty.
But I ain't wearing no purple hair.
Right, exactly.
But no, I'm too old for that. But I'm just saying that though, that was some good advice would be, you know, we should be actually courting for genuine relationships. I mean, especially with us being far behind and families in our neighborhood and communities being destroyed, we need to advocate more healthy relationships for our youth. that's my personal sage advice. So we're gonna get into another sponsor.
Yes, we're
Sponsor.
actually there.
Our next sponsor. You wanna go ahead?
That would be you.
Sponsor?
You're the sponsor.
Oh, we're gonna thank another sponsor. Our next sponsor is BBMIC, the Buy Black Movement Investment Company, coming out of Philadelphia in the ATL. We want to thank them as well for sponsoring.
Thank
the
you
show.
so much. Thank you so
follow
much.
BBMIC page, BBMIC 4.0.
Point them out.
All right, and moving right along, we're gonna thank everybody for their I don't know if it was sage advice. We're gonna call that weed advice.
For their insight, let's say insight.
Oh, we call it.
So yeah, so we're gonna move right to our next segment of the show and get our interview going with a topic that we're on with trauma of being a teenage mom. So can we dial in? They dialing in?
I'm trying to get them in, but
Let's dial
he's
in.
trying to call.
Yeah. Don't accept it. Just send it live.
So everybody here that's on the live over there, peace and love. Hope
Peace
y'all
and
like
love.
the show
I
so
forgot
far.
about that camera.
Yeah, we are. This is our first show. It's gonna get even more juicy, you know. So we appreciate you coming in and staying with us.
Lips and juicy. This
Yeah,
is
just
juicy.
please.
I love
ignore the
juicy.
It's a juicy nigga.
This is one juicy.
Juicy nigga, dog.
Like, here, fish. Just put him in the water.
That nigga crazy.
Ooh, buddy.
That
Don't
nigga
threaten me
buffalo.
with a good time.
Oh, no. We're not threatening you with a good time. I'm sure he's so silly.
Dude, wow.
Don't you do it.
You
I'm
got
about to start up in here.
You rolling, Rick?
Yeah.
Nah, they not. I don't see them. I don't see her.
Oh, you trying to add them?
Oh, we lost our
Lost
some
the
of our
line.
co-hosts.
Let me see if you
Lost
can.
our co-hosts.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Cool is on that. Meanwhile,
Let me call her.
okay.
Dial up. So we're about to get ready.
I didn't know her name.
Oh, Miss Cat. Yeah, Miss Cat.
Hey.
And then, what's the concrete joint?
Hey, babe, we're about to dial into the live and dial you in. You about ready? All right. Can you add her?
Shorty right here. Yeah, I'm adding her now.
Can you add our interviewer, our guest?
Yeah, I just added her.
You added our guest?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
Not
added
the
you.
coach. All right, did he add you? You're good? He's adding you now, babe.
All right, we're about to get on to our next segment. As Miss Sage said, it's about trauma, female. Refresh my memory.
Teenage parenting.
Teenage
The
parenting.
trauma of teenage pregnancy.
The trauma of teenage pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're about to get deep, real deep. I love it.
That's
Very
right.
prominent,
Yeah, we
right?
gonna
Very
talk about
prominent, very prominent.
Mm-hmm.
it. We in? No.
Nobody know.
No?
I sent it to her.
What's her name?
Which one on there?
Ruse.
Oh, I want to shout out all the people who are hitting me right now, telling me you're watching. Thank you, love you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, love you. Send a comment.
Thank you, love you.
That's you.
Thank you, love you.
Yeah, Concrete Rose is there.
Interact with us. Comment. Say something.
It's
All right?
it's
Or
we
text
can,
me. Text me direct.
They
Text
not
me.
in.
Yeah.
They not in yet?
Just her.
Welcome, 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 Concrete Rose, Lily. Hold on, let me see if I can, Lord. Let's get some. Ouch, I forgot I had headphones.
Text me. Everybody that's watching that's texting me over. I know. I look fly.
Oh, God,
This nigga, dog.
I know. They can't take it.
Can't take it.
The fly, juicy nigga.
I'm a juicy lip fly nigga. With a scully.
The fly guy.
And 100 miles and
107 degrees.
107 degrees with a scully. Gentleman-ish. I love it. And the lights is hot as hell.
Yeah. I like this cool. I like it. Did they get back in?
No, just the one girl.
All right, so we can move right along, and they can actually get back in when they can get back.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
We can go back on. I'll try Miss Cat.
We're right on time.
And then we can.
Well, you know that this our live never stopped though.
Yeah, we still here. This is
so
where
they
we at.
lost theirs.
Yeah, just keep going because you know.
Okay. All right. All right, well, welcome, Elisha. How are you today?
Good. Hey, y'all.
Hello. What's up?
How you doing?
I watched your live, the whole thing. It was funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, all right, so
So
now.
just a heads up, Instagram has a certain time limit on the
Yeah, that's probably why the time's out.
Cut you off at an hour.
Oh, you back in? Okay, Miss Cat back on.
She not there yet.
Okay, so let's start it real quick, please. You're the first. Are we the
Okay,
first
so.
person? All right.
All right, hold on, MJ boy, like fire. You air, and you like fire.
Pistol.
We're live.
All right, so
this is dead air.
Anisha, let's get into it, babe. Let's get into. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sorry, y'all.
Or share with the cast a little bit about yourself. I know a little bit.
She talking to you. She said, "Tell us a little bit about yourself." Oh, her shit freezing.
Yeah, she froze.
Oh, damn.
She froze.
Yeah.
Better get off that dial up.
Would it be better if she?
She draw. Right, we live. She went dial up.
He said, "Get off that dial up."
Would it be better if we did a FaceTime with her and kept that on live?
This is FaceTime.
Oh, that's FaceTime?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that's live. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
All right, y'all, let's get some shout outs real quick. We got Sador, Allure, we got Lee Mason 93.
Hey, shout out, much love.
Life.
Who that? That's
We got Armel.
people Instagram.
Lex.
Yeah.
I will appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Keep on watching. Keep on showing love.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Amber, Kate.
Shout out, Kate, Amber.
There she go.
Shout out.
Shout out. What city we representing? We in the
Sorry,
ATL.
y'all. I don't know what happened. I fell over.
Somebody said you got a Metro.
Don't talk about Metro. One of mine's a Metro.
See, you got bad service, but you got the best water, though. So
I respect the Metro.
At least she drinking, right?
All right, so we were actually, we have still Anisha on the line from Concrete Rose. Okay, Anisha, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, about what you do, entrepreneur, mompreneur?
Yes, so yeah, like Sage was saying, I'm 27 years old. I'm a realtor here in Philadelphia. I have 4 crazy kids. My company, Concrete Rose, really just helps empower young single moms gain stability through home ownership.
Nice. That's real dope. Especially at 27 with 4 kids and having a real estate license. So that shows some dedication to wanting to do better, some persistence to getting out of situation. So it's clear that you were a teenage mom. So can you take us through what was so traumatic about being a teenage mom?
I feel like having kids at a young age with no support, especially in our community, is traumatic within itself, right? Because nobody really knows you don't want to be a mom at 16. That was my take on it. You don't want to be a mom. You really don't know what you're doing. You probably had maybe you was under the assumption that, I don't know, me and you and the kid's dad was going to be a family, or maybe you was just looking for somebody to love you. I know a lot of times we kind of use the kids as like a void. I mean, like we filling a void with them. So to me, it's just, from my experience, it's been traumatic within itself.
Wow. So traumatic in the aspect of, I know you mentioned that you thought that you and the dad were going to be together. So was that traumatic, or is the traumatic part of just not having a complete support system all the way around the board?
The traumatic part is the dumb shit you kind of got yourself into when it was like, how do I get out?
Okay.
That's real.
That's real.
That's straight real
You
right
can't
there.
get out. The kids is here.
Right. Baby, what the hell do I do? And then, a lot of times, for me, our moms probably had us young, right? A lot of times when you're a teenage mom, most likely your mom was a teenage mom. So by the time you have your baby, she don't feel like doing it no more. She over it. So now you just You don't have no support. The dad's left. They don't really know how to be a man, right? It's not. You can't even really blame them 1,000% because they don't. They, you know. Look,
You made it because you made a choice, but at the same time, it's like, all right, you can't even. Now you traumatized to the situation, right? Now mom, you was traumatized because you made her a young grandma. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, listen, we get more.
Everybody traumatized. The pop traumatized.
So you gotta start making the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? So, but at least you got through it though. You know what I'm saying?
But I
You're
feel
figuring
like
it
a
out.
lot of times, you know what? I hate when people. I'm sorry, I just don't like because yes, technically it was a choice, right? But I feel like a lot of times it be like hurt or maybe your self-esteem is low. I know for me, I feel like if you constantly let men do this to you with no commitment, no nothing, obviously something is
wrong.
You know, you don't feel that well. You don't feel that good about yourself.
So is it fair to ask what was going on
But I also think it's a lack of ignorance.
It's a lack of what?
For sure.
Ignorance.
Ignorance, you said?
If you was never taught something, how could you move forward in applying it? You know what I'm saying? So
May I ask how old the kids are?
And structure in your life, then
okay.
you will move in according.
MJ has a question for. MJ has a question.
How old are your children?
So I have one that's 11, 10, 6, and 5.
So, okay. And, okay. The reason why I was asking is because, yes, now this with Sage Solutions and things that we're going to try to do, because we're going to try to eliminate the children from being traumatically affected by this also. Yes. So this is a generational situation, all the way from grandma all the way down to the baby. So I understand what you're saying, and I'm a solution-based thinker. So what are some of the things that you have done to overcome some of the trauma? So let's talk about the solutions to how to get past, or somebody that may be watching that may need some advice on that aspect.
Yeah, so I think therapy, for one, right, that's super. We do not, I don't know, it's crazy in our community. Therapy is like, that's for crazy people.
That is so true.
Right? And it's
Black people don't get therapy.
I think I'm a little crazy. Like, I got 3 kids and I'm 6 feet. Right? Like, I feel like, for one, like I said, therapy, for sure, really just putting yourself around different people that's going to expose you to, like, this ain't right, or you should feel this way about yourself. Why are you saying that? You know, another thing, too, is, like, what I always hear young girls always say sorry so much. Like, they'll be like, I'm sorry. Like, every time they do something, sorry. And it's like, you a sorry person, why you keep saying it? So just, like, putting myself around people that's just going to constantly redirect it. Like,
and that's one of the things I was about to say. So, at 27, 4 children, but you did obtain a real estate license. So how did you obtain that? You had to have some type of support. How did you accomplish that? Because that's the wonderful thing.
That's God. Staying. It's you know what I always say. I feel like, you know, a lot of times people use their kids as clutch and say I can't do something because I have the kids, or I can't do this because I'm a mom. Like, you know, if you gotta put them kids to sleep at 6 o'clock, they gotta go to bed at 6 o'clock. You gotta study. Like, if you gotta, you know, there's just certain sacrifices. But I feel like because I had them so young and because I had them in poverty, they're gonna sacrifice now or later. That's just my mindset.
Now or later, they're gonna sacrifice.
It's gonna happen sometime.
Wow.
So I much rather wait until you're a little young. I mean, I much rather do it now while you're a little younger.
Right.
Understand.
Right. So, what are some of the things that you need as of right now, as far as in support to help you push Concrete Rose farther?
Repeat it. I'm sorry.
What do you need at this moment that will help you, you know, advance your life towards putting Concrete Rose? What is it? Concrete Rose?
Yeah, is that a trick question?
Is that a trick question? No, it's not a trick question.
No. I mean, like, I'm assuming you guys are business owners, so you understand everything that goes into it. You know, you kind of split your time in a crazy way. Like, it would be nice if I had a babysitter. It would be nice if I had, you know, somebody to watch them. But, you know, the part that I catch the most is like, or that I, you know, feel bad about the most is almost the sacrifice that you're doing emotionally towards them. right? Because sometimes I'm not able to sit down and say, hey, Nyla, how was your day? Right? Sometimes I try my best, but some days we might have a hectic day. That I'm here, but I'm not there. So I've seen them probably 8 hours today, but I haven't been there with them.
Gotcha.
So look like this. So me being a businessman and having daughters and stuff like that, it's like it's all about the quality time, not the quantity time, right? And as fast as you said, how was your day? That's all it takes.
That's all. Well said, Reef. I was going to say the same thing.
You just said it to us. You just said it to her real quick. You know what I'm
and that's extremely important because they will grow up and remember that. Trust me, I know. Just saying.
It's just a lot. Like I said, I don't know how many kids you have.
2.
Are you with their mom?
Nah.
So you do like when you get them. But are you like the like are you the?
You were right, predominant parent.
Do you spend most of the time nurturing them, or are you the provider?
See, that's what I do because I'm always on the go. I still try to make time to video chat. I try to make time to text and call. And then you have structure. So you say, okay, at this time, on this day, I'm going to make sure no matter what I'm doing, that's on the schedule, that I'm going to reach out to you and whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they remember. Like, you know what I mean? So it's better than nothing.
No, for sure, like I said. But it just gets a little tricky when you are the nurturer and the provider constantly, all the time. And that's the part what I was saying is traumatizing, right? Because and on top of that, at the end of the day, I'm still me.
Right.
You're the nurture, provider, you're everything to these people, and then you have to be you. So that's the part where I said it can be a little tricky, it can get a little crazy.
Oh, for sure. That's life in general. So.
Okay, hold on. MJ has a question.
Okay, so quick question. Not to get into your personal life, but do you have a man with you right now? Are you with someone that's supporting you, that's helping you?
No, not right now.
Okay. Now, the reason why I asked that, what I know, I have 4 children of my own also. I co-parent, but the way we did it early was I took my children with me to work. I'm able to do that. I'm an entrepreneur of my own, so I was able to take them on movie sets and things like that. The reason why I'm asking you this is because what I know at my age is children just need stability. They just need to know that it's something stable. And the way that works, and this is just a little, I'm sure you're doing it, is just a little scheduling or structure. So in your schedule, because you're an entrepreneur, and I want to give you your flowers for that right now, Queen. Okay, flowers, I want to give you some flowers. Okay, and the reason is because, okay, so if you're an entrepreneur, we kind of have a little more flexibility. You're not bogged down to an 8-hour job where you're 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule is. So what I would suggest, if it's something, even because you can do this, you're able to make this schedule, I'm sure, at 7, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever time you is, that is your time, period, in the story with your children, period, in the story. And you're going to devote, just like we all devote our time to the bag, we devote 8 to 16 to 12-hour days to the bag, okay? So we have to give our children, if we're in this position, like I said, I took my child, this is a true story, and if she watch it right now, she's probably going to laugh. I used to have to be on set at 3 a.m. in the morning, okay, at a movie set. I couldn't leave my child at the house and then come back and get her by herself, and I didn't have anybody to really watch her at that time. So she would go with me, with my crew, and sleep in the truck until I had to take her to school. It's what we have to do as parents. Unfortunately, she can't stand being on the movie set no more, but it's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, just give your children, I'm saying an hour, but you could do how many hours that works for you, and that's it. That is what is carved out for that day, no matter what. That time is carved out. That will solidify your children. They will understand stability. Right, they will understand stability with you. They will rely on that time. You rely back on them. You will grow in a better relationship. Boom, done deal.
Now, can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Good advice,
speaking to your audience, because I I just feel as though, you know, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish all that I've accomplished, even though, you know, maybe many might not think as much if I obviously didn't have a schedule, right? Like, they're
No, right.
So I feel like I give you 1,000%. You know, there's been many a times that I've had to bring them on showings. There's been many a times that, you know, my daughter's right here, sitting right here, right now. So I agree with you 1,000%. That's why I started a Concrete Pros, because there are a lot of moms out there that don't understand those type of things.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you 1,000%.
Okay.
Kevin has a question.
I just wanna I ain't got no kids, so that's pretty much why I've been quiet. If you notice, me and Chase been quiet. We ain't got no kids. So, but as a person who is a child to somebody else, specifically a single mother who worked behind her whole life to provide for us, I want to piggyback kind of off of what Reef said and what my man MJ said. It's more about the quality of time and not the quantity. When you hard working, you want to provide, but like if you can take a day or two out of each month and just dedicate that day or two to your kids, just like I said, a day or two of each month, 2 days out of the month that you dedicate to your kids, I feel like that would like really, it would count. It may not seem like a lot, but it would matter, because what you don't want is your kids getting grown, they coming to you with resentment for you being there, but as you just said, not being there. So I'm just saying, as a person who is a child, who, like I said, of a single mother, and who's kind of in your predicament at one point, you don't want that. So like I said, you can dedicate. You
and
can
we're not speaking to you directly on some of this stuff. There's a ton of people that's watching, and somebody might need to hear it.
Right.
They may need to hear your story and understand what they may or may not be doing. So it's not directly towards you specifically, because we don't know the details of your day in and day out situation.
Exactly.
Right, but we just speaking in general, because you hit it on the nose, Queen, that people need therapy. Black people need therapy. There's a million people out here that are broken and they are refused to go to therapy. I'm gonna tell the world I went to therapy. You understand? I'm telling the world right now, it is nothing wrong with it because it makes you thorough. I'm thorough as hell. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you're going to do something to enhance your life and put yourself in a better position, I'm not ashamed, because other people's opinion don't matter. My opinion matters about myself. So I would just want to give you a piece on that. And like I said, I believe that you're doing a phenomenal job, and I just want to, congratulate you on the things that, you're doing now.
So Alicia, what are one of the things that you would tell out there to the viewers and everyone that's watching that may be a teenage mom, with some advice that you could share with them?
From our community, right?
Yes, definitely.
Well, yeah, for everybody, but definitely our community. But we got
Can we just quick interject real quick? Can we just say, as far as this teenage single parent, because there's some teenage single fathers out there too who may need this advice.
I agree.
So let's just say teenage single parents. Period.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. But we also say
I would say, unlearn about 80% of the things you were taught from your parents, or maybe whoever. Unlearn it. Go to therapy and just believe that you are not your past mistakes.
Nice.
Forgive yourself, right?
Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself.
And better yet, forgive your parents.
That's a difficult one.
And it's difficult.
That's the hardest one right there. Forgiving.
Also, you need to take accountability. So each person that's listening that are a young parent, in either you are a young parent where you have your child right now, you're making bad choices, or you're a young parent to be, you still need to be held accountable for that. Facts. For what you did. Facts. Okay, because you don't get a pass.
Well, she's held accountable. She has
no.
He's not speaking to her. He's speaking in general.
I'm speaking to the people.
General, right.
Right. I said that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to make that clear. Because her story, she's a winner. She's a victorious winner. And her story is great because there are a ton of people who are not living in their truth like her. She's doing exactly like this call could have been different. Just think about this, guys. She could have been like, look, I want to go out and shake my ass. And these damn kids are
wear
painting
purple
my ass.
hair.
Right,
Well, I want a purple hair or whatever.
Sheets.
You know what I'm saying? Or my mom won't watch the kid. Like, the list is endless. But she started in a situation where she is a professional woman with her own company getting money.
Right.
I would ask you something, Queen. Are you teaching your children your business? Are you teaching them what you're doing?
Absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
I have a question.
You know what? When
I
you
have
said
a
the
question.
comment like take accountability, of course you have to take accountability.
Right.
How would you move forward if you don't?
There's lots of people who don't.
Alicia, I have a question. Since the topic of discussion was the trauma of being a teenage mom, but you're not a teenage mom no more. You're a full-fledged woman, 27-year-old. Can I have some of your fears? Do you have fears?
It's kind of breaking up. I can't hear you.
Do you have fears? Can I have a fear?
Yeah, I have fear.
Can you share a fear
Absolutely,
before I actually?
I have fear that, what if I'm risking all this time and they go less, or what if I think I have a normal fear of being just a mom, right? It comes with everything. I hope I'm doing this right. I hope that they're happy. I hope that they, are learning. And then I have fear of being an entrepreneur. I still have fear from my past. Like, I have a bunch of fear.
Okay. So, do you have fear of relationship being a single mom? Do you have a fear of how is that as far as in what's in your future as far as in relationship, marriage, to give them a role model, to do something different, to try to offer some stability? Is that fear there? Is that a part of the trauma? Do you think that you'll have that or can provide that?
Probably not right now. I don't have any fear because, like I said, I went to therapy, so I don't really have any fear of being in a relationship. But I do have, I just know that I have a lot to work on with myself. I feel like when you have the kids so young, sometimes you can get stuck mentally here. So I do know that, like, I wouldn't say I wouldn't have a lot to offer right now in a relationship.
That's some honesty right there.
That's it.
Sheesh.
That makes sense.
Yo, that makes a lot of sense.
You're at the diggitybomb.com. Is that old school?
A lot of people want to admit when they're ready to actually be in a relationship.
Right.
They rather get in a relationship and just be toxic. And
Right.
the first thing you need to do before you be in a relationship is heal yourself and
Hell
make sure
yourself.
you're good.
Right. Save
You know what I mean?
yourself.
You can't love somebody if you don't love yourself.
Right.
That's a fact.
Well, we 100% are rooting for you over here, most definitely for personal reasons and every other reason. So go ahead and give everyone your, as the young people call, can you give everybody your handle, especially everyone that may be out there in the Philadelphia area, if they need a real estate agent, if you're a young mom and you want to get into some home ownership, holla at Alicia Savage of Concrete Rose Realty. Or even if you want to get into some entrepreneurship yourself, we got to start helping each other out. Maybe you can teach them something to be a mentor to them. You know what I mean? So can you give everybody your IG handle?
Yes, you can follow me on Concrete Rose Real Estate. And thank you guys so much I appreciate it.
And Alicia, make sure you follow Black Ink Radio and Black Ink Radio. Let's talk about it. And we actually tag us and DM us your Cash App. We got $100 gift card for you and your babies to get something to eat or buy them something towards school or whatever else.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Most definitely.
Real quick, Alicia, she's going to add into the commentary. So we want to know from you.
She bounced.
Oh no!
I told her she was gone.
She was supposed to. Remember, she's supposed to talk about the topic. The topic that was with.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to tell you.
Well, hey, ask her. She probably still listening.
I don't know. Anyway, is Sharif or Kat still on or no?
They probably dropped.
Yeah, they gone.
Yeah,
they going too?
They drop. It goes in and out. I'll call them up on that. But anyway,
because I want to see if there was any comments about it.
I could see the comments. There no comments.
That's contractual, baby. Femininity.
That's contractual.
Contractual. That's what you said.
Yes.
Consensual.
So really quick, family.
Go ahead.
What do we think? Because we're still live here.
Go ahead.
What do we think about Alicia's situation? What do you think as a father? You know, you're going to be a father. How do you think you should handle a situation like that? You're a little older though. You're a little older. So, but you still have to deal with that situation. How do you feel about her situation?
Well, definitely. Like she was saying, it's more so a thing of just like, you know, just prioritizing and just making that time. You know, of course, and being an entrepreneur and like I said, just doing things. It's all about your time and how you just structure everything. And then, like I said, just the balance of just having your children in your life and, you know, your work and then your passion of what it is that you truly want to do. And then you just kind of got to prioritize it. And I feel like, of course, you know what I'm saying, with just having the people in her life like, you know, Sage and other different people to just kind of be there to, like, you know, be an armor bearer and, you know, keep her accountable for certain things, like she has a goal or something like that. You know what I mean? You just want to continue to speak life and encourage people, because I feel like when you really do that to each other, it really breeds a lot more, you know what I'm saying, like just productivity, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So can I ask this question?
Sure.
So we talked about, you know, being a teenage parent. From a parent perspective, what about, are any of us here, you know, children of young parents? What about from our perspective as children? What did we feel? What did we see? How did it affect us?
Let's talk about it.
Out of the mouth of the baby.
Well, I was 16.
The baby
well,
and the
I was
biggest.
16. My mother was 16 when she had me.
Okay, most definitely.
So when your parents are that young, it's almost like, you know, it is baby.
Together.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Right.
The first 6 years, she waited 6 years to have her next kid.
Okay.
So
she learned her lesson fast.
It was kind of like it was kind of like we had to grow up together because you know, her mother kind of raised me, so she was raising us. You get what I'm saying? But what I respect about my mom's is she got a job as soon as she got a job. He's not on there. There you go. She got a job as soon as I was born, and she's about to retire from that job.
Nice.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And you are
Shout
how
out
old?
to mom.
I'm 40.
Wow.
And we
40
send mom
years.
some
And
lunch.
she-
Shout out to mom. Give mom a clap.
What I respect about her is, like, you know, she moved up. She started in the laundry room. She's a hospital. Started in the laundry room. Then it was the mail room. Then she went to school and became, like, you know, a CNA. Then an LPN, and now she's like a charge nurse. She's the head nurse.
Okay,
And one of the in New York in the Bronx, one of the Montefiore satellites. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
She moved
And
up
how
in the
old was she
company.
when she had you?
16.
Wow. Okay.
So she got that job early, and then she been there ever since. You know, and my father was one of the, you know, the biggest drug dealers in my area. And although he was getting all that money, she never stopped. He was 17, she was 16. So, and he, like, my whole life, he got deported when I was like 20. And he was making money all that time. She
Deported
never
from where?
from here
To where?
to Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica.
So he,
Y'all mind.
yeah,
Which
this is
boy
where y'all
mind?
go.
Stop, I never knew that yet. But me didn't know see it, so yeah, all right.
Right. So so he you know, but I commend her just for never quitting. Because anybody, he had the furs. He bought her the furs. He bought her the cars, everything.
She ain't quit.
But she ain't Jamaican. That's funny, but he is.
Oh, shit.
My mother's American, yeah.
Hey.
But still, she held it down. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if she would have quit when he was making his money, when he got deported, she'd have been asked out. I was 20 years old.
Right.
You feel me? And he got deported,
Wow.
so it's like.
Shout out to
I mean, that's these. I feel like from my perspective of being, you know, having a teenage mom, I feel like saying you grew up together is just no truer statement. Actually being the oldest of 5 kids, and there's some years separated between me and the other 4.
That's what I just told her. It was 6 years between me and the next group.
So I think the thing that blew me the most, like surprised me the most, is seeing the evolution of my mom, seeing how she was with me versus how she was with them, and it's like, who is this woman? Like, you broke my neck, like, and they get a timeout. Like, what the? Like, it blew. And then I think the hardest part is being the oldest for me is learning to stop looking at her for who she was, and looking at her now for who she is.
All right.
Because I'm stuck on
Let's
who
talk
she
about
was.
it.
You stuck on a young mom.
I'm stuck on a young mom.
A young girl that didn't know
Right,
nothing.
a young mom who, you know, who catered to my trauma or who catered to my mindset and to my dislikes and everything. And it almost to a degree I've noticed that it can almost create a sense of jealousy because whereas like I wish I had the mom my younger siblings had versus the mom I had.
Is that right?
Also, a degree because it's such a not because she's further along or more established financially, but because she's more autonomous mentally, emotionally, spiritually. The things that I think I needed at the time I was born.
Well, you gotta watch.
So,
you gotta watch parents, right? Well, think about it like this, right? When your mother, well, I don't know, you got grandkids. All right, so I don't have any grandkids, but I watch, whenever someone has kids and they treat you a certain way,
right?
You have to notice how grandparents treat their grandkids. It's totally different, and it's because when you young and you have a kid, you don't want to fuck up, and you feel like everything you do is going to make this kid into what they're going to be.
Exactly.
When you get older, you realize none of that shit is true.
Yo.
You gotta let these motherfuckers grow. How they gonna grow?
Oh, this where we at.
Wait, is that this
We
I
do.
need some of that.
Get some of that.
Most definitely.
But that's the difference. That's why my mother raised the younger ones differently as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of the opposite for me, because with me, she let me do whatever. Because it was actually my grandmother raised me, so my mother.
So not to cut you off, but did you experience a little bit of jealousy, like you wish you had that mother versus the one you got, or you was like whatever, because you had your grandma?
It was whatever because I had my grandma.
See, with me, I didn't have my grandma. It was just my mother.
See, no,
so,
it was different.
So for me, you had another anchor, so to speak.
Yeah.
My only anchor was my mother.
Right.
So when she wasn't there, I was pretty much screwed. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why I said it was the opposite. My upbringing was the opposite of yours because she had the support.
Right.
If it wasn't my grandmother, it was my grandmother's twin sister or my aunt. It was always somebody
She had
there.
a village, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
She had the village. I got you.
Exactly.
Me, I'm in the village. I'm gonna do everything.
So
wait, hold on.
Hold on, Reef is on.
No, I'm next. Okay. Wait.
Talk, Reef. Talk.
Go.
Oh, he froze.
Reef. Okay, so let me piggyback off of that because that is so true. What Rich Mo said, when you are a young mom, and I don't even know if it's young mom because I was 17, 18 when I had mine, but they're still young. But when you are a young mom, first time mom, right? When you are a first time mom, you have not just a clear vision of what you want to do. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself, but then you have all of your upbringing and raising. Because I had the influence, of course, my parents. My dad never hit us. He was sports. My mom wasn't big one hitting us either, but my grandma was the disciplinary. So we did have our grandma wholeheartedly in the picture. But then in the mix of all of the different views of how your aunts and uncles raised children, because we were tight-knit, we had all of that. But aside from having all of that, we also had like 55,000 religions. So everything was done a certain way, right? So out of fear, like he said, you want to make sure this kid is perfect, they have everything. Then you find yourself in the same situations that your parents was in or your grandparents was in, whether you agreed with their method or not. You're like, oh, now I understand why they did that because they did that. And then when you start doing more work on yourself, you realize, well, damn, that was borderline abuse. That wasn't right. You don't hit nobody with a extension cord. Nah. But if they went and got the extension cord, you give me that extension cord, they got the switch, you get the switch, you do what you know.
I flinch every time I say a bamboo stick. You would have been punch me in my stuff, and then when you like get up there, especially I grew up with 7 brothers, I got 7 brothers in the whole house, boys, you rough, right? So it's not the same. So as you grow, you just like hitting and fighting. I mean, some kids you can talk to and communicate with, and you ain't trying to do that. You just like, man, give them the life, let them make their own choices, teach them that there's consequences to every choice that they actually make, and let them become accountable for their own actions.
Right.
And that starts once they're able to understand. So when you're at the age to understand, I don't care if you're 10 or 11 years old, I told you not to do, and these are the consequences of that. I'm not stressing myself out with that. I'm not beating you. You're going to get that.
Right.
You're going to learn that.
You're going to learn.
Exactly.
You're going to learn today.
I agree. I agree, but that's true.
Is he back or no?
But shout out. Go ahead, Sharif. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, like
my apologies.
To Kev, like, yo,
shout out to Dr. Robert Bradley Bay told me.
Y'all
say sorry.
Growing together and learning together. You're learning how to be a human being. She's learning how to raise a human being.
Yes.
And she might not have been in a position to let go of those generational curses. You know what I'm saying? So together, you're actually helping each other to set new precedents and change narratives and break barriers and stuff like that as y'all going. You know what I'm saying? I know me as a pup, for some reason, my insight discernment was on 100 when I was a young boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up in drug houses, trap houses, shelters, all types of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I always had this optimism about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? This perspective, like, that, you know what I mean? Even though I didn't know exactly.
You grew up with the woman with purple hair.
I just always had that in me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, I got you.
always was the same person I am today as a kid, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just well-rounded, optimistic,
right,
driven.
Shout out to self-love and bragging on yourself.
But like I said, like I was saying, like the parents and the kid are gonna grow together, and like I said, me having my first kid taught me a lot.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It taught me so much about not only just life, just about myself. You know what I'm saying? I was the type of person. My BM was like, yo, talk to her, like. And I didn't even know how to say Goo Goo Gaga. See, that's that thing about being too tough and all that type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was too hard body in the streets to even be like, you know, Goo Goo Gaga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Talk to the baby. Like, so, you know what I mean? I had to find it myself to understand that, you know what I mean? You can still be gangster with it and have that little
soft
side.
So
I got you. You ain't gotta be emotional.
Right.
But you can be affectionate. And turn it on and turn it off. That's what it's really about to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But having my first kid taught me a lot. And as you elevate in your mentality and your understanding of the world and how you're moving, life is school, basically. I didn't go to college or nothing, but I accomplished so much, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to God, like, and good people in my life. But, you know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing thing. Like, you never stop learning.
Most
you
definitely.
never stop growing. None of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my perspective.
No, most definitely. I agree with everything you said, wholeheartedly. And I feel like, you know, especially when, like, you're the oldest, you know, you definitely gotta, like, one of the most craziest things that, you know, every adult tell a child when they're a child that I truly appreciate now is they didn't lie when they tell you you'll understand when you get older.
I agree.
And that's like the most factual thing I heard the most as a child.
What is that now?
You'll understand when you get older. But what they don't tell you is, because I thought the minute I got older and I understand, it would make everything feel better. It didn't. Understanding didn't make the trauma go away. It just made it more bearable. So I had to still do the work to, you know, forgive my parents for their mishaps, their faults, so that I can, you know, grow from it and be better. And not only that, appreciate them for their mishaps and faults. I tell people all the time, you know, my pop wasn't in my life, but I always tell him he raised me. Because raising means to teach you. So my pop probably wasn't to teach how to shoot a ball, how to throw a punch, or tie my shoe, but he taught me everything not to do. And I can argue that teaching you what not to do is just as important, if not more, than teaching you what to do. Because you can tell a nigga, go straight to get home, but if he's curious, he'll say, I'm going to still go left and see if I get home. But if you tell a nigga, don't go right, don't go left, don't go back, his only option is to go straight.
Reef, when did you have your first?
I appreciate it. So I love my father for raising me, even though he wasn't there. I still love my father for raising me.
Right, that was great.
Reef, when did you have your first child? How old were you? How old were you when you had your first child?
Yo, you know what's crazy? Because sometimes...
That nigga know how old he was. That's why I said, you know what's crazy? You try to think about it.
That question, right? But you ever see how, like, sometimes your best day could be, like, your worst day at the same time?
Right.
So, it was, like, I think I was around, like, 20 or something like that, right? And I had a kid, and it got shot around the same time, so it was kind of like...
Wow.
Wait, what?
Damn. Yeah, like, when I got hit up, I was around, like, when I first had my first daughter, so it was like, damn, like, so that's what really made me, and I didn't know how hard do. I'm like, okay, God gave me a sign, so I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? So, from that point, I just started moving differently, but, yeah, so it was around, like, 20.
Okay. I had my first, I just want to interject, I had my first child when I was 26, 25, something like that.
You did good coming out of North Philly.
Yeah, I did good coming out of North Philly. It may be some walking around. Yeah, maybe.
Based on how many girls I was talking to.
Absolutely. It may be.
I did good coming out of South Philly. And Chase, you see what happened when you grow up in the bougie neighborhood. You just don't have
bougie
none.
people don't have kids at the time.
I'm joking. Yeah, bougie like.
But no, what it taught me, Reef, was I had a daughter actually when my first child, and it changed my life entirely, bro, because I was reckless, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when I found out it was a girl, I was like, okay, I have a child that's a female. So I had to look upon women way different than for the first 25.
You have children, Rich?
Yeah, how many children you got, Rich?
Just one.
Okay.
Girl or boy?
A girl.
Yeah, first, what age were you, and how did that change you? I mean, how did you
My
feel
daughter's
about that?
only 5.
Oh, you a baby. Oh, that's a baby.
I did real good coming from out of the Bronx.
Yes, you did phenomenal.
For real.
Nice.
But yeah, she's 5.
I mean,
so
you tore the Bronx up. Single.
That's how Chase is gonna be. He gonna be 40
tore
with a 3 year
the
old.
Bronx up single.
But I definitely it's life changing, and honestly, if I could do it over, I would have did it earlier because it changes you for the better.
Oh, for sure.
It gives you something to live for,
Right.
and it gives you, it'll stop you from taking unnecessary risks and doing certain things
Make you
that
think.
it make you think a lot more.
And also
Once
get
because
you focused
got
on your
somebody,
legacy,
you
right?
got somebody
Your
else.
legacy.
Yeah, you got somebody else to think about. Period. Like
They're
I was
dependent on you.
moving around. I wasn't thinking about shit. I was just going. You feel what I'm saying? Once you have a kid, it's like that'll plant. That'll slow you down. Let you know you gotta stay still and make something happen now.
Right.
Because I used to move around too much.
Let me ask y'all young men this, Reef, Rich Mo, MJ, because y'all got daughters. They say a girl always changes a man. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Because you got a son too. So did your girl affect MJ? You got a son.
Yes.
Did your girl affect you to a different degree than what your son did?
They still do.
So what is it that makes it different?
They never stop.
So what makes it different for us affecting you versus having a little boy or having a little girl?
Okay, so a little girl is just a daddy girl. First of all, you don't want her on the pole. That's the first thing.
It's a man's job to keep a daughter off the pole and keep a son out of the Jeep.
Listen.
Right.
Can I
Is
keep
that
it?
true?
Yes, it's true.
You do not want your child walking the street. A female, a girl. You can't even. It's not even in your. He can't
The
imagine
saying
his
is,
5-year-old
the saying
child
is a man is to
walking
keep his
the
daughter
street,
off
right.
the pole and his son
Right.
off the street.
So what I'm. Go ahead.
I just feel like it's different because with a little boy, you can let a little boy do him. Go play, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? With a little girl, it's a lot that you got to teach her and instill in her because if you don't teach her, the streets will. And when I say the streets, I mean just going to daycare, just going to just whatever. My daughter just started kindergarten, and the things these little kids talk about is crazy. With the things they know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can protect your kid as much as you want, but if a whole nother household is letting their kid run wild with knowledge, as soon as your child get in school and there's a conversation that your child can't keep up with, she gonna want to learn.
The stuff like this, the small stuff like this. Here you go, Kev.
That's crazy.
So you seen your child, she's 6 years old, with a nice, pretty sundress on to first grade. The girl has to learn to keep her legs closed. She can't play like a boy because little boy's gonna look upon her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's different. Your son will come home with holes in his pants, but your little girl, if you send her with like a pretty little girl with the pigtails or whatever, she has to be. You have to say as a father, say, listen, baby, you can't sit with your legs wide open at your desk. You know what I'm saying? That's an invitation. You can't. There's certain things that I've had the conversation.
Is it an invitation?
It is.
Really an invitation?
If a little girl sit with her legs open and a boy nowadays in 2021,
my point is that's what you're teaching them. How is that an invitation if she's not even conscious?
I'm not saying that's
You
why
understand
you
what I'm
make
saying?
her conscious of it.
But
It
no,
may not
how
be-
about
listen,
teach your son
listen.
that if you see her with her legs open, that's not an invitation.
Okay, so I can't talk to every billions of sons. I can't tell everybody's son not to look at my daughter where her legs
Which
is
is
open.
true.
Listen to what I'm saying, Sage. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying my daughter is conscious. It is my responsibility to make her conscious.
I agree.
Right, that's
But-
what I'm
but
saying,
no, I'm
Junior.
not, right.
Right, so
it's no
I'm
rebuttal on
saying-
that. The
right,
rebuttal was
okay.
on telling her it's an invitation.
No, I'm not
You
saying.
understand
I
what
didn't
I'm
say
saying?
that to her.
Hold on, so let me interject. Let me interject
I
real
didn't
quick.
say that to her.
I wanna
I'm
ask you-
saying that's what.
I want to ask you a question, Shay.
Yeah.
Can we have a comment right here from Kishana? I don't know how to pronounce the last name, so I'm sorry. She says, same with the boys as well. We have
yeah,
those
it's
same
definitely
fears, especially as a single mother raising boys. So so we see that girls affect their fathers. Do boys affect their mothers in the same way that a girl affects
That's a
their
good
fathers?
question. Great question.
Do boys, do women having little boys affect them in the same sense that a man having a little
Most
girl?
Definitely.
And why?
Definitely
Why
for me.
is that? Explain
One,
that.
my fear. Listen,
Shout out Kishana for the great question.
Yes.
Shout out to
I'm
Kishana.
Especially But little boys, I think when children are depending on your upbringing and depending on the things that you experience in your life, whether it was trauma filled or whether it was pleasant, the worries is going to be different. However, me with my sons was totally different. One, of course, one of the traumas that my son still face today is I didn't allow him to play with girls. So I felt like no girl was going to set up my kid and say they did crap.
Right.
Because, we grew up in an era where girls will set you up, especially if you played sports. And that wasn't going down. If I catch him playing with a girl, it was one like
I got
popcorn.
punched in the face.
Let me go, it was one popcorn. So that was one of the things. And another thing was, of course, police brutality. What they suffer as a black man wholeheartedly had fear pumping all the way through my heart. Like, oh, I'm going to jail early.
Right.
I already knew that. So there's some things that I still did. My sons, and particularly my one, of course, that I said, you can go to jail for a few things. And he knew that I was serious about that. And I'm coming to get you and probably risk at that point, my psychotic crazy point, about trying to blow the jail up to get you up out of there. Don't let nobody take your manhood. Don't run from nobody. Then let you stand your ground and don't play with them women.
Right.
And I meant that wholeheartedly.
Like, that's real rare. I couldn't play with girls at all.
I meant that.
See, that's the hard part. It's like you want to protect your child, but you just never know what type of impact you're making. Mm-hmm. Because like what they saying about us men, black men, let me say.
Right.
Now they trying to say part of the reason why we are the way we are, not unifying and all the things about us and how we are stems from when our families were slaves.
Right.
And basically saying the mother didn't want the sons to grow up to be rebellious because then the master kill him.
Right.
So they taught their sons to back down.
I agree.
Right. So that make that has the had those youth growing up to be submissive.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
To an extent.
To an
Because
extent,
they'll
of
shoot
course.
each other though.
Yeah.
But they still ain't shoot the
But
cop.
they're not gonna go at no cop.
They're not gonna go at the
I
cop.
always say that. You'll see
I never understand
you see a
that.
car. You see a car.
You just said it. It's
You'll
a form
see
of slavery.
you can see a car full of niggas ready to go shoot up some other dudes.
Oh,
but if
man.
they get pulled over, they just going to jail. You ready to murder your own people.
It's a different mindset.
But you've been put fear in. They've placed a fear in you that makes you feel like if you do that, it's the ultimate.
But
you feel what I'm saying? It's
now
over
we
for
got to
you.
transition that because Richmo was right. It's the same way with, my grandma used to tell the stories of the men because we used to looking at the movies when they first came in. The men that was perming their hair. Malcolm X in this movie, perming their hair. They were doing their hair so they wouldn't be so kinky, so they'd get accepted to school and look more acceptable. So it's reason why they were doing the things that they were doing. Mm-hmm. But now today, I mean, we don't need to be doing all that.
Well, it kind of still around because my daughter, she came home the other day. Her first day was Wednesday, and she was like, "Oh, there's a girl in there who has good hair," and I was like, "What makes her hair good?" And it's like, hair like Elsa, like she feels like that's good.
Oh wow!
So I realized then I have to now let her know that her hair is beautiful.
That baby doll
experience. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for the paintings I hang in my house.
Right.
The things that I glorify in front of her, so she can realize that her too. You know what I'm saying? You got good hair.
Because you got to set her value as a woman.
Yeah.
And if it come from you, nobody can break that.
The crazy part is they don't people as black people. I think we don't realize how just minuscule things like that truly matter. See, I feel like they know that, which is why they take little things. And they program us, we don't even realize, and we associate everything good with white or light. Something simple down to rice is being white when real rice is brown. Real vanilla is black, like black is his table, like straight up black. But they say vanilla is white. Or they say nothing's faster than the speed of light when that's a lie. Nothing's faster than the dark coat, which is all darkness.
Right.
They associate everything good, white, even the small things that we don't think about, and that trains you from a kid to associate everything.
Right.
With white. Back to that baby, I forget the name, but that baby doll experiment. They took a black baby doll and a white baby doll full of little girls. And every little girl, even the black ones, wanted the white baby doll. Because the black baby doll was considered ugly only because it was black.
That was sad.
Yeah, that was sad.
Only because of that. And the little black girl.
So what I do, and what I would encourage a young father that's about to have a daughter is
Put my business out there.
Nah, I didn't put nobody business. I said a young father that's having a daughter.
About to have a daughter.
Yeah, I said that, but I don't know who I'm talking about right now.
You're a cleanup guy. You're a good cleanup guy.
Yeah. What I'm saying is the effect of that is because we're on Sage and we are solution-based people, and this show is solution-based. So I'm going to say this to the people: what you do is you instill, like Rich Mo said, the values to that child. I tell my daughters all the time, you the best. You little boys and their college, their future husbands have a problem with my daughters because they know their value. They understand.
Look like you?
Well, no, they no.
juicy.
They juicy.
Yeah, they got juicy lips. They got juicy lips.
It's going wild.
They got juicy lips. But no, what I'm saying is, for years, I have been. That is one of the for my first child to the lady baby girl. I have always like my daughter did that too, Rich Mo, but they were a little bit older, so maybe 8, and they were like, well, the brown girl, the dark girl, like they were, and I said, listen. What we want to realize and understand is your value. We want you to understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that you're the best of the best. To have that mindset, regardless of what society tell you, regardless of Cosmo, regardless of the commercials, the little lashes, whatever. You are a beautiful.
How dare you?
Well, yeah.
The lashes.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that's solution based. If everybody can hear me that are young black young black men, okay, they looking to us. Rich Mo hit it on the nose. If they come to you, we are it. We are the comfort. We are the safety. They count. My daughter looks to me for everything. So at the end of the day, she depends on me. I have to say the truth to her. Right. Listen, understand your value, baby. Right. That's the first thing you have to
help
do.
Them build value
and
so
understand. And
identify your value.
Identify it, and then I help them to understand what that is. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What
as a black woman,
consider beauty is actually depends on their maturity level.
That's
you know
it.
What I mean, because everything ain't all physical.
Yeah, because the purple hair girl is Can we go back to the purple, the multicolor? Can we do that?
Value.
Can we do that? Can we do that? Okay.
Quick shout out to Ashley.
I wonder if the downstairs is multicolored. Never mind, we're not going there. That's a different.
We're not.
He's tripping now, bro.
I was just asking a question.
We want to do another sponsorship so we can wrap up.
We got Queen, XSS, we got Chelsea.
Shout out to Chelsea.
We got Fear None.
Shout out to Fear None.
Keyshauna.
Shout out to Keyshauna.
Shout out.
They got some crazy names on here.
I know, right?
Oh, how you want to
shout out,
Keyshauna with purple hair for sure.
Shouting out.
First of all, I know Keyshauna.
My name is Keyshauna McKay.
No,
she got purple hair.
She is an extremely beautiful black queen on this planet.
Shout out Keyshauna Maker.
Queen, 10 toes down. I know her.
Shout out to Purple K.
Shout out to all the colorful divas.
The purple people eaters. The purple people eaters.
Shout out to Purple K, Purple Keyshauna.
Cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese. Sharif, don't we?
No. Shout out Ashley NX3_.
Yeah, we need to do our last sponsor, Sharif.
Shout out to Nose Bella.
Can he hear?
Shout out to Nose Bella.
Yeah, we need to do sponsor. Sharif, you got a sponsor for us?
Today, my sponsor for today is Top Choice Home Care.
Nice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Top Choice Home Care.
Thank you, Top Choice Home Care.
Now, and they have the best service. They're always doing something in the community. They actually have
Lost them.
We lost your mic.
They timed out.
They have great home care. That's what they have. They have great home care.
It's delayed.
Top Choice Home Care. We love you.
Yeah, Top Choice Home Care. Shout out to you.
So let's get into the recap. Let's get into the recap of the show. Wrap up. Who would that be? Is that me?
No, it's everybody.
That is you.
What they learned, what they got from today's show.
Okay, cool. Cool, go first, Cool. Cool been back in his...
Not to become
Cool
a
is high as hell.
dad.
Cool is high as hell, by the way.
I'm high?
No, I'm just saying, you just been
He's high off the life.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
He high off the stage.
You know I love you.
Nah, I'm just sitting back observing because it's like I love the passionate of, and all y'all about the conversation. So
one thing I definitely took from today is definitely just, you know, I love hearing like conversations like this where we can all just come on a forum like this and express ourselves like openly and honestly. And so that's one, just the transparency, just learning from, you know, the good sister, you know, Miss Cat, Reef that was on, and just, you know what I mean, shout out to everybody that was on.
Shout out to Miss Tanisha.
Shout out to Tanisha, everybody that we got
here.
coming on. So that's one thing. And then too, you know, like I said, just being, you know, solution based, because a lot of times people just, you know, when they get on these platforms, they just, especially in the comment section, they always just like throw their opinions and things like that, and it kind of just like, but the fact that it's like, all right, you know what, let's put our, you know what I'm saying, like that whole thing aside and really just like, all right, you know, what can we do to help you? What can we do to just, you know what I'm saying, do the opposite? So, you know what I mean, shout out to you, Sister Sage, for, you know, using this platform to do so for the good people. So, you know what I mean, yeah. Let's talk about it.
That's the way to
be.
Am I next? Are we going this way?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I want to shout out to all the queens and kings that was on this program, this podcast today. I learned a lot. I appreciate all the viewership, all the people who came to watch and sat with us. Without a doubt, that means a lot to this family here because we go through a lot. Y'all go through a lot, so we want to share that. The contractual femininity, woo, buddy, that was the deep one. But at the end of the day, I think we came up with a solution for that. The young lady, I think we came up with a solution for that. And we thank y'all for y'all comments and interaction for sure. We will definitely see you back. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Yes. Well, I'm truly grateful just to sit on a platform with a bunch of solutionists here with the energy of our female energy and our masculine energy to come together to provide solutions and help assist people solve their problems. So I look forward to that. I look forward to building some iconic music to get in this entertainment.
Let's get it.
As well as in just allowing our people, like I said, to provide a platform to unite and organize so that we can advance towards some economic freedom, so that our people can experience a life free from trauma. That's my goal, to set up platforms so that we can get to the healing and move forward together. Go ahead, Kev.
All right, man.
Let's talk about it.
Get it.
My main thing is, you know, before we close out the show, man, I like to once again just reiterate, thank everybody again for tuning in, the comments, the people who, you know, were also invested by giving comments. I want to shout out, you know, Black Ink Radio for providing a platform. Shout out Rich Mo. Shout out Rich Mo for not only producing but for also giving us much added needed insight as well. Definitely appreciated that, boy. I learned a lot from you in this short couple hours. Most definitely appreciate it. And, you know, I just lead things on a positive note, man, just on an inspirational note. So I like to always tell people, man, never let who else somebody else is dictate who you are. Always be who you are. Always stand 10 toes down in who you are at all times. You do that, you can never go wrong.
Right.
You know, so like you said, like my man MJ said, you know, Mr. Juicy over there.
Oh my God.
You know, love and peace and blessings. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Thank you.
Love and happiness.
Are we ending with a positive from everybody get a positive quote?
So I'm going to read my quote. I got my quote.
Okay.
The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself.
All right.
Come on now.
Did y'all hear that?
Come on now.
That's a bomb.
The relationship you ever have is the one you will have with yourself. And as long as God is in you. All right, go ahead.
You got one?
Man.
With all them bars,
he
over there on his gentleman and shit.
I'm just chilling, man. Hey, listen, all I can say is be yourself and not nobody else.
Hey,
most definitely.
That's a bomb.
Okay.
Positive thought. Black people go to therapy.
Oh,
yeah, I ain't mad at
that part. Rich Mo, what you got for us?
I ain't mad at that.
What you got for us, Rich?
I mean, you know, like you said, be yourself. Feel free to feel free, man. Like
feel free to feel free. Yo,
feel free to
we
feel
coming
free.
back in here with a shirt. Feel free to feel free.
That's my slogan.
Yo,
that's on my page. That's how
I like it.
I love it.
I like
it.
like
listen,
that,
we want to
man.
enter that energy. We gonna feel free to feel free. Sell them.
I like that.
So listen, everybody tap in. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did. I apologize.
As my quote, I mean, I don't know if it's a quote, just how I live, man. How I live, because I try every day to be better than the man I was yesterday. That's just how I live.
And be sexy.
Sexy.
So with that, we're going to wrap up the show. Tune in to Black Ink Radio.
Let's talk about it. YouTube. We have let's talk about it. IG, right?
Let's talk about it. Black Ink.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So let's talk about it. Black Ink. So follow the page again. Let's talk about it. Black Ink.
And Black Ink Radio.
Yeah,
Shout
Black
out
Ink Radio.
Yeah.
And to all my men out there, always be on some gentleman-ish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gentleman-ish.
Always on some gentleman-ish. Shout out to gentlemen, most definitely.
Yeah, we got the
See,
merch,
we
got
repping.
everything coming. Let's talk about it.
Gentlemen at all times.
All of them.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next week.
God
Same
bless.
bad time.
It's all love.
Same
It's all
black
love.
channel.
Black Ink, 125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now.